Hey, it's Derek Sr., and I'm going to get right into it today. Today's topic is last 24. Your last 24 could determine first 48, which could equal 25 to life. I'm going to say that again. A decision you make the last 24 hours of your life could determine whether you're on first 48, which could equal you getting 25 to life. And as you can see, I have my girls with me because I want them to be informed just like you. Parents, bear with me because I know a lot of you have went over this information with your kids. Some of you have, some of you haven't. But for those of you who have, I just want to be a person who reiterates the topics. Because you know, like when we were growing up, our parents would give us information telling us right from wrong, and we didn't listen. And then we can go somewhere else and hear it, and it's like we came back like we found gold. So that's what I want to do. I want to be that gold for us. I want to be that voice that's either reiterating or just educating on these topics. And the first topic is going to be sexting. For you all, if you don't understand this as a minor, if you are sending text messages with your nudes or partial nudes as a minor, that is considered child pornography. Now, as a minor, if you are sending these text messages and the authorities get a hold of these text messages and you are prosecuted, now that is considered you distributing child pornography. And if that's the case, you're found guilty of this, you have to go on the registry as a sex offender. You have to register as a sex offender just for sending text messages of your nudes or partial nudes. I'm telling you this because I want you to think. A lot of you need to think about a decision if you're contemplating doing something like sending a text message with some pictures to somebody. I want you to take the time to think about not just yourself, but your parents who are supporting you and rooting for you, your siblings who are supporting you and rooting for you. That person on the other end of that text, you can change their parents' lives, their siblings. In turn, you can change about hundreds of lives by a decision that you could have made differently had you thought about it. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna go to the next subject, which is statutory rape. Now, this law varies from state to state, depending upon where you are. So I want you to do your homework and find out in your state what the laws are. But for those of you who are 18 years of age and you are having sexual relationships with someone under that age, depending upon where you are, that is considered statutory rape. And you need to be leery of this. And like I said, do your homework, because I'll give you an example. When I was growing up, I had a friend. He was 18 years old. He had a girlfriend in which he was in love with, and she was 16. And right before her 17th birthday, she ended up getting pregnant. Well, her father didn't like that. And he made the authorities aware of the relationship. And my friend went to jail for almost 10 years of his life. And I want you to do the math because there's something you may not be considering. In those 10 years that he lost the prime of his life, his parents lost being there with him the prime of his life, but his child was almost 10 years old when he came home. See, these are decisions that can be changed if we just stop and think about what we're doing before we do it. So I've never been to prison, but I'm sure it's no fun. But I guarantee you it's 1,000 times less fun if you go to prison for child pornography, statutory rape. These are decisions that we need to stop and think about before we make them. Don't just think about your life. First think about your life, but think about your parents. Think about your siblings, the other person's parents and siblings, and these hundreds of people's lives are going to change by one decision that you make or do not make the right one. Like I said, this is part one of the last 24. Next week, we're going to go into something different. There's two other parts to that one, and those two parts are gang gang, as you all say, and the other one is be careful who you ride with. I'm Derek Sr. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Derek Sr., a man on fire. I'm bringing the heat. Let's go.